there, and welcome to my Carly hack. I've had lots of people contact me lately about Carlys and how difficult sometimes they can be to style. Of course, the style is always to your taste and your liking. For example, right now I am wearing a large Carly, and I know it's going to be a little difficult with the way that I have my setup, but it goes way past my knees, and I do have jeans on, so no one freak out. So the Carly can get very long, depending on your height. I am 5'5". You can see that the large nicely fits me in the shoulders and the arms and the body, but the large is long. So one of the first things I tell people is if you want a shorter Carly, size down. I can get into an extra small Carly, and trust me, I am not an extra small. If it fits in your shoulders and your chest, then you can wear just about any size. I can wear all the way up to a 2X and all the way down to an extra small. Cannot get into the double extra small. There are no room for the girls. So play with sizes, especially if you're having trouble with the length. Okay, so first hack. Very simple one. What we are going to do, and I'm going to get my stair-steppy stool here again so you can see. Easy hack. Take the bottom of your Carly and decide how tight you want it to your body. Do you want it tight? Do you want it loose? I'm just going to do a loose one. And just really simple, tie a knot. Just a little knot. Not much. There you go. And then you've got kind of just a loose knot hanging. So, I mean, it doesn't take a lot of the material away, but it does give it a different look. If you could see my knees right now. Instead of no knees, because like I mentioned before, this Carly goes way past my knees. Well, now with my little knot, it doesn't. You can also tie it higher, of course. Again, just take your material and tie a good old-fashioned knot. And maybe that is not the most attractive. If you're looking for something a little fancier, I do have some fancier hacks, but that's cute. It's not unattractive. It just may not be your style. But you can see how much more fitted now the Carly is to my body just by tying a little knot. Okay, so we've gone over wearing a basic Carly as a dress. Now we've moved to the knot. Now we move to another really simple hack. The belt. So if you've noticed the waistline right here, there's not a waistline. It is an A-line skirt. So to create a waistline, very simple. I have just grabbed a elastic belt. And look at that. I've gone from no waist to a waist. And I can blouse it. I can move my pleats in the front. I can move my pleats on the side. I can make it not bloused. It's really kind of whatever look you like. And again, it's given me a lot more form. And it's kind of got a cute t-shirt dress look. A little bit 1950 because we do have an A-line. It's not a circle skirt, but it's an A-line. And so it's cute. So a belt will work wonders to fix your Carly up. Also, another cute hack that people don't think of is maybe the Carly is a little bit boring up top. Maybe you want something else. Maybe you need something around your neck. Maybe you're looking for a layer. So take a Cassie. This is a regular Cassie. And I'm just going to bunch her up. And I'm going to slip my head through. And voila. I have an infinity scarf. So I just dressed up my Carly ×2 when I added a layer. So I've got my nice little infinity scarf. And it also is a Cassie, which is fantastic. So you're getting more use out of your LuLaRoe than just one piece. Also, another thing you can do to dress up your Carly is throw a joy over it. So now here I have a lot more material, but it's cute. The Joy will elongate some of the lines so that you don't see the A-line of the skirt anymore. And then, you know, if you're still wanting a little more shape, throw a belt on again. This is a different belt. Hopefully it still fits me. There you go. And so then, now I've still got shape. You've got the shape of your waist. You've got this nice elongated look. Makes you look taller for you ladies that aren't as tall. And if your Joy is still, if your Joy is a little long, you can tie your Joy. There you go. Tie your Joy up. There's no rhyme or reason. Just give it a simple little tie there. Gives it a different look. Okay, so, and there's a couple other LuLaRoe pieces that you can add to your Carly to give it a different look. I'm going to take my belt off. This is the Perfect Tee. And I'm going to show you a really cool trick with Perfect. And of course, my hair is already messed up, so we don't even have to worry about that. I'm going to put the Perfect on. I'm going to slide my arms through the Perfect. So, first of all, I've got a nice layered look. I chose this Perfect because it has the same color blue as my Carly. So I've got a nice layered look there. I also have all this material which I can tie. I can tie up my Perfect. So, I mean, this is a really baggy look, but it's very comfortable, and it just doesn't happen to look good on my body, but it will look good on lots of other people's body. But you could tie up the sides. You could add a belt, or I'm going to show you this really cool hack. Take this part of your Perfect, flip it over your head, and you have made yourself a little bolero jacket. Look at that. So now I've got my Carly on, and I've got a little cute little bolero that's not quite laying down like I want it to, but you just have to work with it. And I've got a little jacket. It's kind of cool, huh? So that is the Perfect Tee over a Carly. And then I've got one more. This is my favorite. This is my favorite to put over a Carly. This is the Classic Tee. Now what did you find? I grabbed an extra large. I grabbed one size bigger than my Carly, just so I have some room to play with. Because I want to be able to tie it up. I also want it to fit over my Carly and not be snug. So it gives it a nice layered look. You can even come in and pull your sleeves down. You can get your Carly sleeves in line with your Classic sleeves. And you can roll them if you want some color. But what I do, and I think is really fun, is I come up to my waistline with my Classic and I tie it in a little knot. If I can get one. And I just tie it in a little knot and flip it under. And so now I've got my pretty print on over my Carly, and it's given me a natural waist. Ta-da! So it's a lot of fun. You just try different prints, try different, you can do some pattern mixing. Try different colored Carlies. Get a Classic with a little tiny bit of the color, and then get the Carly in the big color. That's what I did. So I've got this little tiny color right here, and it's pulling this color through. It's really nice. Okay, and I'm looking at a cheat sheet in case you're wondering what I keep going back to the table. Okay, the next thing I want to show you, cute little Carly hack, and I'm going to get up here again, is the button. So, let's say that you feel like it's got too much room here. Why don't you make a button? Now this is actually a button, like a campaign button. I love Jim. Jim is my improv troupe. And this is our button that we use for discounts sometimes. You can use an actual button like this, or you can go to the clothing store and buy a button, like a real button. Or also silver dollars, quarters, they all work. Anything round. So what you do is you take your round object, whatever it may be, and also I do have a tank top on, so no one freak out. Take your button, put it under your material. Now, make sure you want it where you are going to want your button. Like I want my button right under my breast. So I'm going to take that material, and I'm taking a ponytail holder, and I am just putting the ponytail holder around the round object. And so now I've got a button. Now this is exaggerated. I actually do wear this size button, but I wanted to exaggerate it for film for obvious reasons. But you can see again, that has pulled in some of my waistline and has given me a different shape. It's also pulled in here and drawn focus. So if you want to focus on your chest or focus on your waist, there's a lot you can do with that. Another cute place to put a button, if I can get this off. Whee! There it goes. Another cute place to put a button is on the side. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to put my button over here. I've got it underneath the material again, and I'm putting the ponytail holder around it. And I've got my little button on the side. And it's cute if you want to take more buttons and just button them on down the side. You can button them all the way down. There's no rule or rhyme or reason on how many buttons or how little buttons you can wear. But play with it. It makes a really cute addition to your Carly. And it also takes in some of the material if you feel like it's too big or it's not form-fitting enough. I've worn a big button here, 2 little buttons on the side. I've worn, my buttons down the side. I've even done a button in the back. So, I mean, there's a lot of options there. So that's buttons. The next thing I want to go over is a pen. And again, I have a very large pin so that you can see it. It's a pretty peacock. I guess you guys might know by now I like peacocks. But what you're going to do is just take material on the side of your Carly. So like start at the seam that goes down your side. Start here and bring in some of the center so that you have, basically, you're just moving it over to the side. Now that's not a great look, so maybe I got too much material. Get it where you're comfortable, and then you just take your pin, your decorative pin, and that went my phone. Who's trying to get in touch with me? Hope it's important because I'm not important because I'm not stopping. And you take your pin and you pin it. And I've pinned it not straight, but you get the idea. So in other words, get a really pretty decorative pen and just pull some of your material together so that you can add the decorative pen, give yourself more of a waist, or take up some of this room if it's too much room. If you get 2 matching pins, you can do it on either side. How cute would that be? 2 little pins right there and right there. So, that is another easy hack, the pin. And then next, I'm going to show you a simple rose. Again, I'm getting up on my steppy stool so that we can see a little better. Let's say that you want I actually usually put my roses on my hip. I'm more comfortable with it there. This would be like if you want to use your Carly as a tunic. So, which I do a lot. I actually wear it over jeans like I've got now. I also wear it over leggings. It's just great. I love it. It's very comfortable, very breezy. And I love the tunic length over leggings. So, I want my rose to be about my hip. That is my hip bone right there. So I'm going to grab my material directly out from my hip. Now depending on how tight I want it, I like mine a little more tight. I don't want mine moving, but you can give yourself slack or no slack depending. So I've got my material here. Now for the rose, I am just going to take my ponytail holder and I'm going to grab this excess material right here. So instead of tying it like we did before, I'm going to put my ponytail holder around it. Now I'm only going to do it 2 times. And the reason for that is because we want a little bit of slack with that ponytail holder. Now, you take this material that you've just ponytail holdered, flatten it out, so it looks round. It looks round, and it's not a complete circle, and that's okay because we want it to look more like a rose. Now, if I put my finger right there, I can feel where that ponytail holder has made a circle underneath. And I am literally going to stick my finger back through that ponytail holder. That is my finger. And you just pull a little bit of that material back through the ponytail holder, and look at that. There's a little rose. Very, very easy, and it will stay. It will stay. I've worn it all day at work. I've gone out places at night, and there's nothing that has made it go away. If you don't like this extra loose material, keep pushing. So you just keep pushing it back through the ponytail holder until you have your rose just like you want it. But it's very, very simple. You can see that I've made myself more of a waistline. I've also raised it up quite a bit, so it's going to look good over jeans or over leggings. Really, really cute. Rose is one of my favorites. Now let's see if you can't get the rose down. Got another easy one. I call it a clamshell. I don't know what else to call it. I feel like I made it up because I didn't go on Pinterest. So again, take your Carly about where you want it. I like mine at my hip. You can do them higher, you can do them lower, but I want mine at my hip, so I'm going to go to my hip and pull out the material. I'm going to squeeze it to my body, and now I have all this excess material right there. I'm going to take my ponytail holder, and I am going to go around it twice, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a third time. Come here, ponytail holder. But I'm going to double it over itself. So I call it a clam, because it looks like a little clamshell to me. But I have just basically, instead of pulling it back through one more time, I doubled it over itself, like almost like when you do your hair in a bun. You just don't pull that last bit back through. And it's doubled over, and it's put into the ponytail, and it makes this kind of flat, rounded little guy. I call it a clam. It's my clam. I'm going to do it really quick one more time, because that one's a little weird. I think I'm going to do it with just one ponytail holder around. So there's the one ponytail holder around, and then I'm going to go a second time, but I'm going to just pull it halfway through and leave a little bit. There we go. Here's my clam. It's just a different version of the rose, ladies. Okay, so the last one I want to show you guys is probably my favorite. And I am going to have to take off my Carly because it's a little easier to do to take it off. And again, I have my handy dandy tank top, so nobody freak out. I'm going to have my Carly inside out. So there's my LuLaRoe tag. And I am going to look, that is about my mid-back. That is where I'm going to guess my mid-back is. So you might need to do this with it on and then hold it and then take it off. But I'm going to say that is where my mid-back is. I am going to take in, and you'll have to play with this because everybody's different, but I'm going to take in that's about 3 inches. And I'm going to take my ponytail holder, and I am going to just wrap that around, and I'm going to do it tight. I'm going to do it pretty tight. So I'm getting it around 4 times. Okay, so this is on the inside of your Carly. And of course that looks like a hot mess, right? But when I turn my Carly right side out again, I have a really cool bustle. Isn't that cool? So now what I can do is I'm going to put my Carly back on and hope that I didn't make it too tight, because that is a possibility. And I will show you what it looks like from behind. So, from the front, you can already tell that I have given myself a lot more definition. You can see that the Carly is hugging my hips now. You can see the outline of my jeans. And then, woo, that may not be the best one, I can't tell. But you can get the idea. You can see where I've bustled it. The bustle will work in the front or the back. The back one's hard to do, as we just learned, because you kind of have to take it off and put it on and play with it. But an easier one that I like to do is when I want to wear my Carly as a tunic, I just reach up under here and I just grab some material and I get that tie going. And I do it tight, again, because the little bustles, you don't want them to come out. And then I have an easy peasy bustle on the front. So again, you can see my jeans, you can see my leggings. I've got more definition in my waist. It's great. The Carly is a lot of fun, ladies. It really is. I hated it at first. I really did. I thought, it's too big. It's too big around the waist. It's too long. I just could not figure out what to do with it. But once I realized that I can size up, size down, depending on the look I want, I can make a button, use a pin, use a belt, use a hair tie, and suddenly I've got a tunic or a dress that I can wear over jeans, that I can wear over leggings. I really can do a lot with it. I wear it just as a dress sometimes. It's fantastic. Very versatile piece. And again, I even showed you some ways you can use your other LuLaRoe with it. Brighten it up. Give it a different look. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you have questions or you need me to walk you through again, I'm happy to do that for you. Just holler at me. Also, don't be afraid of Pinterest or the internet. There's a lot of great ideas out there, and I just gathered a few of them. So thank you, ladies, and as always, thank you for your love and support. Bye-bye.